Look sharp, mates. The FIA, the all-seeing governors of Formula One, are turning their gaze to the 2025 season. They've got a plan to improve racing and make overtaking a piece of cake. They're hoping to help the cars cozy up to each other on track, all in an effort to make the sport a bit more thrilling. But that's not all. These plans are separate from the grand regulatory revolution set for 2026, which will introduce brand new power units. The current regulations, born in the year of 2022, had a noble aim: to ensure more ground effect aerodynamics, allowing cars to race closer without losing the all-important aerodynamic load. It seemed like a charm at first, but recent car developments have thrown in a couple of hurdles on the track. Drivers have been quite vocal about these challenges. Carlos Sainz himself stated that 99% of tracks require a potent doctors, as the cars have become as challenging to follow as they were in the 2020 and 2021 seasons. The FIA, always attentive, are gearing up to address these issues by tweaking the cars for the 2025 season. Nicolas Tombazis, the director of FIA single-seaters, confirmed in an interview that they're working towards solutions for 2025. The front wing end plate, floor side, and wheel fins are all under the spotlight for potential modifications. But why, you ask? All this talk of change stems from the fact that the 2022 cars took a bit of a tumble compared to their predecessors. While the 2021 cars lost over half of their aerodynamic load when 2 car lengths behind, the 2022 cars saw a reduction of only 20%, which spiked back up to 35% this year. All in all, the FIA is in high gear to enhance the Formula One experience by improving car performance and overtaking prospects. A more exciting sport for drivers and fans alike is the target, and they're committed to hitting it with precision. Take a breather, folks. I'm Enzo, your regular guide in the exciting realm of Formula One. And joining me is my esteemed colleague, the eloquent and detail-focused William, who'll add his insightful analysis to today's discussion.
Good to be here, Enzo. Always ready for another fast-paced chat about F1.
Excellent, William Turner. Now, we want to remind you all that our podcast, F1 Motor Fever Podcast, is available every single day, bringing you the freshest insights from the world of F1. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments.
Yes, indeed. And don't be shy about sharing us with your friends and family. Every bit of your support helps us to carry on bringing you these discussions.
Spot on, William. Now, listeners, brace yourselves. Today's news has got my heart racing more than a Grand Prix. This isn't just another race, this is about the very fabric of the sport and its future. You won't believe the changes that are on the horizon for 2025. So, stick around, because we're about to drop some serious knowledge.
Can't wait to delve into it, Enzo Watts.
Neither can I, William. So, folks, strap in and hold tight because we're going full throttle. I know it seems a bit far-fetched, but the powers that be, the FIA, have their sights set on the distant year of 2025. They're devising plans to not just improve racing, but to specifically enhance overtaking.
It's not about creating a whole new racing world, then?
Not quite. FIA single-seater director, Nicolas Tombazis, confirmed they're all about rule tweaks for 2025. And the focus? Helping the cars follow each other more easily.
And this is separate from the major changes in 2026, right?
Absolutely. The big shakeup in 2026 will introduce new F1 power units. But for 2025, we're looking at minor adjustments. Remember the switch to more ground effect aerodynamics in 2022? The goal was to help cars race each other without losing aerodynamic load.
But there were some hiccups along the way, weren't there?
Indeed. Initially, it seemed to work. But modifications to the cars this year have negatively affected the drivers' ability to follow each other on track. And the drivers haven't been quiet about it.
Carlos Sainz in particular was quite vocal, wasn't he?
He certainly was. Sainz pointed out that powerful doctors would be needed on 99% of the tracks because the cars are becoming as difficult to follow as they were in 2020 and 2021, but it seems the FIA is taking note.
They are planning to address these issues, aren't they?
Yes, with the tweaks scheduled for 2025. Tombazis acknowledged that the situation has worsened since the 2022 cars were introduced. They were losing over 50% of their aerodynamic load when 2 car lengths behind. With the 2022 single-seaters, the reduction was only 20%, but now it's back up to around 35%.
So, there's room for improvement.
Exactly. The FIA has already identified areas of the car to focus on for the 2025 changes. We're looking at the end plate of the front wing, the side of the floor, and the fins inside the wheels. It's likely that more restrictive rules will be implemented in these areas. So, let's gear up for some interesting times ahead, mate.
It's interesting to see the FIA taking these issues seriously. After all, good racing hinges upon the ability to overtake, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And the drivers' complaints have not fallen on deaf ears. It's a clear sign that the sport's governing body is committed to improving the dynamics of racing.
The tweaks might be minor, but their impact on the races could be significant.
Couldn't agree more. It's the subtle changes that often lead to the greatest impact. We're certainly keen to see how these tweaks will change the game in 2025.
Yes, it will be fascinating to see how these alterations will manifest on the race tracks.
Indeed. This is not just about the sport's future, but maintaining its heart, the thrill of racing, the adrenaline of overtaking, and the strategy that goes into every single maneuver. All this discussion about the FIA's planned changes certainly puts a fresh spin on things and gives us some exciting developments to anticipate.
Undeniably. It's a brave new world we're looking at.
Now, William, you're our man on the ground. What's the World Wide Web saying about the latest buzz in Formula One?
Well, here's an interesting debate on a fan forum. A user by the name of ValcryTurbo75 reports that Toto Wolff believes Schumacher deserves to be on the grid.
Oh, that's bound to stir up a hornet's nest.
Well, you're not wrong there. Andy Panic promptly says, quote, "Just give him a seat then, Toto," unquote.
Ha. Easier said than done, eh?
Quite. Then there's a bit of a back and forth on Schumacher's commitment to racing. TitanielEX quips, quote, "He does, every weekend since he was signed, right next to his, but he just stays on his feet. Doesn't seem to like that seat," unquote.
Oh, the cheek.
There's more. Casual Crow 20 counters with, quote, "Isn't he bloody brilliant," unquote. Meanwhile, Smokes Let's Go 13 wonders, quote, "Why does Toto do that? Makes whatever reserve driver or prodigy they have stand next to him every week. Really weird," unquote.
Interesting observations, indeed.
Finally, some users like Frankie Fistalot and Far Cryptographer 3544 suggest that Wolff should either allow Andretti on the grid or invest in other teams to secure Schumacher a seat.
Well, that's one way to stir the pot. What an interesting mix of comments, eh?
Absolutely. There's never a dull moment in the world of Formula One fandom.
Well, that's all we have for today on F1 Motor Fever podcast, folks. We've had a fantastic time discussing the latest in the world of Formula One. From the exciting prospects for the 2025 season, to the colourful comments from our internet compatriots. We truly appreciate your company.
Absolutely, it's been a blast. Don't forget to subscribe and flick on those notifications so you don't miss our daily transmissions. And who knows? You might become the talk of the town in your Formula One circles.
Indeed, our channel provides the perfect conversation starters. Be it over a family dinner or a pint with your mates, get them talking about the latest in Formula One. And if you enjoyed our show, drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you.
And remember, we're back on the airwaves every day, bringing you all the inside gossip and insightful analysis from the world of Formula One. Oh, and keep an ear out for some really interesting stuff we've got lined up.
We couldn't be more grateful for your support, folks. Looking forward to getting behind the MIC again for the next episode. As we always say, Western, pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road, our channel's content is pure gold. See you next time, everyone.